everybody, my name is Kathy. Welcome back to my channel, Crafty Cat Stitcher, and welcome if you are a new subscriber, and welcome if you are a future subscriber. So please consider subscribing. Thank you for all your comments. I appreciate every one of them, and I enjoy every one of them. So I do read them. If I don't reply, know that I'm reading them. Today is Monday, April 8th, 2019. And it's spring, so what could be better? I know I've been complaining a little bit about it not being spring in my part of the world, but it is now. And with it, we got a hefty dose of pollen, and I'm sure you've heard other people in my area, in the Atlanta area, talking about that. It's been kind of off the charts, and so it's a few weeks. I don't react as badly to it as I did when we first moved here. I think I've actually developed a tolerance, which is kind of nice. And it lets me enjoy spring a little bit. So I have gotten in a lot of stitching since I last saw you a few weeks ago. And the good news is I have a finish. And my finish is Forest Snowfall by Country Cottage Needleworks. There's the chart. And look, I finished it. It's not an FFO, but it is a finish. What do you think? I like it. I think it did turn out good, and you know, I'm going to enjoy having this around. I have to decide how to finish it. I have no idea. I don't know if I want to frame it. It's kind of big, but I don't know. I'll figure something out. I'll look through my framing and finishing supplies and see what I can come up with. But it is stitched on 28 count Jobelin Winter Wishes by Fabrics by Stephanie. One of the nicest fabrics I've ever stitched on. I mean, it's so soft and nice, and I love the variations in it. It's so subtle, and it's perfect for this chart, wintry, like a pale pearl gray. So there it is. It's a finish. And this was also my focus piece. Stitchy friends. Focus piece is working for me. It's letting me get a few things done. So, and that's important. You know, I mean, I do like the process of stitching, and I do put a lot of importance on that, but it is nice to have something done once in a while. So, I do have another focus piece, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I'm going to start with whips, what I've gotten done in the past few weeks. And I have a new start, so which is happy. First day of spring, I started Bluebird Garden, and it's by Artful Offerings. And I think he's just adorable. So that's first of spring start, and this is him so far. I know he doesn't look like much, but he will. There it is. Two different colors of blues in this area. I actually have a little thread that's showing me the center, because that does help me when it's on a roller frame. So that's Bluebird Garden. There it is. And it's being stitched on, I think this is 30 or 32 count, and I'll have to check on that, but it's an even weave, and the colors I think look really good on it, and I did get some encouragement about using that fabric with the colors, so which makes me happy. I also worked on Farmhouse Christmas, Horsing Around, which is part 2 in the Farmhouse series. Worked on that. It's getting there. I think I just have a little bit of his face, or her face. We can't really tell if that's a boy or girl, but that's okay. And I think the only thing after that is all the white, all the snow, and all the border. So it's going to be a lot of white stitching, but that chicken just cracks me up, and I love that blanket on that horse. So happy about that. How come the horse doesn't have a tail? Where is that? Oh, he has a tail. Sorry, I have to do that too. I have to do his tail. I forgot. So we'll get that tail on there for the little horse. Let's see. I also picked up Frosty Forest, which I have not worked on in ages. And it's Country Cottage Needleworks Frosty Forest. And this is the Snow Girl's Cottage. I'm doing this on one piece of linen. It is 28 count. It is big. And it's staying on this roller frame for the duration. And let me get that thread out of the way a little bit. So worked on the house a little bit more. Got that part done. So that's coming out very cute. I think it's the called for fabric because I know I bought this at an L&S when I was out of town, of course, because that's where my L&S's are out of town. They're not too local. Okay, so I have a new focus piece. Keeps me going, guys. It's really great. I love it. I think I explained how I did this before. So what I do is I work on a project for 3 days. And then I work on another one for 3 days. And now it's not set in stone, 3 days. It could be 2, and it could be 4, and it could be 5. You know, but I do work on 2 projects, and then I pick up the focus. Work on 2 projects, pick up the focus. So the focus is always in there. I don't have a strict rotation. There's nothing strict about what I do. You know how I am about rules. I am not when it comes to cross stitch. I am not a rules person. So, but I chose my next focus piece, and it is Tulips Praise by Gracewit Stitches, which I have been working on for a really long time. So I really like to get this done sometime soon. So I started to work on that little part of the border and the bottom of it. I don't know. I'm maybe not quite half done. It's probably like I don't know, not a quarter, maybe a third. So I've been working on this bottom part, the bottom border. But it's pretty and I love it. I love the colors of it. I'm stitching this on 18 count Jobelin, and it's kind of like an off-white, like maybe an antique white. And I just think that it needs that background to set those colors off. I don't think anything else would have done with this. But I'm doing 2/1 on the 18 count Jobelin. So there it is. So that's going to be my focus. You're going to be seeing a little bit more of that in the coming months. Weeks? Nah, months. Yeah. So what else we have here? So a finish and a new focus piece and a new start. I mean, what could be better when it comes to cross stitch, right? So it's a happy month. So I have a little bit of a cross stitch rewind for you to show you something I made. And I don't know, this is probably more than 10 years ago. It's a Blackbird Designs Breath of Spring. And it's pretty adorable with those 2 little bunnies. This is perfect for this time of the year. And I did make this a long time ago. And I don't think I was very inspired because I just kind of put this like tan piece of fabric on the back. But it is what it is. I'm not going to change it. If I was doing this now, I'd find something cute with a coordinating color. But back then it was just like, I don't know, I'll just put some of this fabric that I have in stock. So I'm positive I used the call for colors. And it's a linen. It's probably a 28 count linen. But I made up for the lack of inspiration on the back by making a very cute ruched trim. And I'm hiding the chart again. So that's a rewind piece from a long time ago. I'm going to go ahead and put this with my Easter things downstairs. I'm having Easter dinner at my house. So I put a few little Easter things out, not too many, just kind of, just to celebrate the season a little bit. Very springy. So that's pretty cute, huh? Love it. Okay. Oh, I watched some new Flosstubers. And in fact, I watched them all in the last week. And my problem is that I don't remember two of their first names, and I apologize in advance for that. But I will give the channel names, and so you can go there. The first one that I watched is Megan, the Wide-Eyed Stitcher. Did I write that down right? Megan, the Wide-Eyed Stitcher. And Megan is somebody that I knew from Instagram, and I had followed her on Instagram and seen the pretty things that she made. And I noticed that she did a Flosstube, so I watched hers. I think she has two now. She's very creative. She stitches, I think, personally, things that are kind of unusual and things I haven't seen before. For example, she has some really pretty Quakers in her second video that she stitched that I just love, and I might have to get someday. And she also is very creative in that she sometimes puts lyrics to her favorite songs in her stitching. I love that. You know, I mean, once in a while you have a lyric that you like and you could put it somewhere. Wouldn't it be nice? Or put it in a sampler. Why not? So, so go ahead and watch Megan, the Wide-Eyed Stitcher. Also watch Crossing Floss, and she's a stitcher from way back like I am. She's probably been stitching for the same amount of time, maybe even longer than I have. And she's got some really interesting things from way back when, you know, as I do. So go over there, welcome her to Flosstube, Crossing Floss. She needs a welcome. Also, the Stitcher twin, she is delightful. She has, let's just say she's jumped in with both feet when it comes to cross stitching. She's a relatively new stitcher, I think only a little over a year. And her first project is something to behold. And she's kind of went from no stitching to I'm pretty advanced. So you got to go over there and look at this. Go over there and see the Stitcher twin. And she's an actual twin, and her sister's an artist. So her sister does, I think, painting and drawing art, and so she does stitching art, so she calls herself the Stitcher twin. So I'll go ahead and I'll link down below, and you can go and visit and hopefully subscribe and enjoy. So that's my hope. Let's see. You know, I was watching that show on Netflix called Tidying Up, and it has gotten me tidying up big time. I mean, I have gone all Marie Kondo on several areas of my house, including my linen closet and my desk. Oh, my Tupperware cabinet, that was the worst. And I've had that thing tidied up, that Tupperware cabinet. You know what? You know, like when you have 15 containers and you have 20 lids, or vice versa. I got that thing tidied up, and it's been like that for like 2 months now, and it is still neat. But I also have a favorite find from tidying up an area of my house, and it was my sewing fabric. And I think that a favorite find is something that you can own, but you haven't seen it in a long time, and when you see it, you're kind of like, oh, I forgot about that. So, I gotta show you this, and I've got to be careful because they're kind of fragile. They're very old. They're sewing patterns for doll clothes. Yeah, look at that. Is that not cute? I actually remember making these for my dolls. Some of them. I know I made that. I know I did. And the date on one of them is ripped in the back, so you can see the backs are. These are well loved and well used. So, and the other thing to note is that 50 cents. Oh, yeah. So the date on one of them, oh, here it is, 1965. That goes way back, everybody. You can tell how old I am. I guess my mom bought these for me, and I kind of went into one of them. I think it was this one, and I pulled out a pattern piece, and I kind of almost fell over how tiny this is. Okay, this is the blouse back. This is the back of a blouse. And look how tiny they are. If you're a sewer, you can appreciate this. Because we know that even children's patterns are pretty big. So I just was, I don't know, I was fascinated and delighted to find something from my childhood when I actually went and tidied up. And you can tell, like I said, they are so well loved. My aunt who lived by us, like she only lived like a few blocks away, was a real big sewer, and she sold a lot of her own clothes, and she would have remnants, which is perfect for this. And I remember going to her house. I remember even riding my bike to her house and she would have a big bag of remnants for me to do. And I remember she had this like mod fabric, and I made that for my Barbie, and I thought it was so cool. I wish I still had it. And you know, I might still have some of these, but I have to, and I know where they are, but I think I need some assistance getting to them because I'm afraid a big spider's gonna pop out at me when I go and look for them. We have scorpions here, people, so, and other things. So anyway, that's my favorite find of the week, and believe me, that was just brought back so many memories. Listen, one other thing about that, I would sew that by hand. I was not a machine sewer, and I think I started doing it when I was probably about 8 years old. So if it was 1965, yeah, oh my gosh. And I would hand sew, and any kind of fastener, I didn't do buttonholes because, so I would use snaps, and I got really good at being very neat about putting snaps on it. So, yeah. So, are you going to do Stitch Mania? Are you? It's coming up. A few weeks. I'm very undecided right now. I just feel like with the amount of whips that I have, which is like, I don't know, I've probably got about 17 whips. And for me, that's a lot, considering. And I don't know if I want to start a whole bunch of things. I do like to start things, and I might. And what I do is I have a basket, and these are the things that a few videos ago, probably my 2019 stitching resolutions video, I talked about how I was going to, I chose a bunch of fabric. I chose a bunch of patterns that I might stitch during the year. So I still have that. I have it in this cute little basket sitting out. So, you know, I can kind of figure out what I want to stitch. So these are the things that if I'm going to start something, it's going to come out of here. So I'm going to put that down. Okay. I don't know. I'm thinking I might just do a kind of a loosey-goosey Stitch Mania. So, which means I might start some things and I might not. And if I do, how many? I don't know. So if you're in for loosey-goosey Stitch Mania, you can do loosey-goosey with me. So I think, I don't know. It's a big question mark right now, isn't it? I don't know. So we'll see. I've been busy with other things besides stitching, and I hope that you don't mind if I show a few things. Two things. Let me see. Yeah, 2 things that I've done non-stitchy creative craftiness. I made a bracelet. How can I show this? There we go. There we go. This is for somebody who's probably going to be watching this. She knows who she is. And I made it with these really pretty blue super duos, and I edged it in little silver beads. So that is something I've done. I like that. And I hope she does. And I also made a project bag. I'm not quite done with it. I want to put some kind of a little pull on it. But I like this. Look at that. That's pretty cool fabric. And some dots. And the dots look a little green here, but they actually do match the fabric, the turquoise. So, made a little project bag. And this is significant because this is going to be part of the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. When that happens, and it hasn't happened yet, but it's this close. I'm going to do it this close. It is close. When that happens, after that, I will do a video. Probably my next video, if it happens before then. And whatever video is after the 1,000 is when I will announce exactly what I'm going to do. But this is only part of it. You get a pretty project bag made by me. And that was something I did for fun. And there are going to be other things involved in that drawing. So not yet. Not yet. It's got to get to 1,000. And, you know, it is a big deal for me. I know a lot of people say, oh, it doesn't matter the amount of comments and subscribers. But, you know, I do get a kick out of it. I mean, that 1,000 people would watch, or right now, 990 whatever viewers. Is it 990, 989? I have that many subscribers. I would never have thought that. So it is kind of a big deal. And now, if I only had 50 subscribers or 100, would I still do Flosstube? Yes. Yes, I would. Because I enjoy doing it. And I enjoy being part of the community no matter what. But come on. You're going to tell me you don't enjoy getting 1,000 or 500 or 600 or whatever you have? It is kind of cool. So, and who would have thought? Not me. So that's what's going on. Just wait. Give it some time. I do have a few new things. I know that, you know, it's like my whole Stitch from Stash thing, but you know, once in a while, you gotta get something. So I made a little order to Misty at Luminous Fiber Arts. I got this lovely Brenda Gervais. Isn't that pretty? Where Liberty Dwells. Isn't that pretty? And that's a positive. I'm going to put this right into the maybe start basket. It's going in right now. Listen. It went in. Oh, here's another one. Oh boy. Misty Purcell, let me tell you. Oh, so sweet. Oh my goodness, that little bird and the sewing supplies. And then I went ahead and I purchased some floss to go with it. So pretty. And guess where that's going to go? Listen, it's going in. There it is. I also made a little order to 123 Stitch, and I'll get to that in a minute, but you know, it was mainly for fabric, and people say patterns can't travel alone, but a pattern can't travel alone, but fabric can either in some cases. So I got this one, Plum Street Samplers Mary 2, which Cheryl at Tranquil Stitches did, and she changed the colors in the most delightful way. So I had to get it. And then I saw this, and that was, I mean, come on, really, August Tart. Look at her. My cat gives me that look sometimes. I also got a new tacky bob, which is desperately needed because after a while, tacky bobs collect a lot of lint and a lot of cat hair. So, oh, and the fabric in question that I ordered from 123 Stitch that I was just talking about, I'm going to do a major change on a whip, and I'll talk about it in my next video. But I got some of this. It's dark cobblestone Lugana 32 count for this change that I'm going to do, and that's going to be another story for another day. But I did buy that so I can actually do what I need to do with it. Oh, and from eBay, I got a nice little mixture of seam tape. I think it's seam tape. It's not seam. It's not bias tape. Seam binding, the thin kind. This is 20 colors or 20 yards, and it was a steal, and it came quickly. So that was off of eBay. So I can do some finishing on some little things, and there's just so many different colors in here. There's spring colors and red and green, like Christmassy colors, black for Halloween, orange. So there's all kinds, and this is gonna come in handy for finishing. One other thing that I got, and this goes along with my organization, is I got some of these boxes. They're just this kind of thing. I was at Michael's for something else, and they had these. They had their lowest price of the year sale, and they had these for $4. And I got 5 so that I can organize my fabrics. I could just take it out of that one big deep bin that I had it in, and I can organize it in a better way. So, you know, it'll be nice to have it in smaller bins, and I can use that big one for something else, and that will be that. So they had a ton of these. That was like, I would say, it wasn't last week, was it? No, I think it was 2 weeks ago. Might have been last week. I don't know. Whenever they were I don't know, they were having that lowest price thing. I don't know if it's still going on or not, but that's what I got. So new things, you know, I know you need things once in a while, and sometimes you just think things are cool and you get them, and why not? So that probably wraps it up for this one. Let me get my notes without knocking anything over. I have plans. My plans are to keep up with my rotation in a way that I like, in a way that's interesting to me. And I'm going to start really thinking, and I do have some things chosen for the big 1,000 subscriber drawing. And so I've got a couple things together. I'm going to get a couple more, so it'll be a real good one. Hey, celebrate, right? And I'm going to keep up with my focus project. So maybe I'll have another finish sometime soon. And that is all I can think of right now. So I will see you in another few weeks. I'm not sure how many weeks it's going to be. I can't believe Easter's only like 2 weeks away, less than 2 weeks away. So I will see you soon, and hopefully I'll have some more progress on things, and hopefully by that time we'll be at 1,000, and that will be good news and time for celebration. So everybody get some good stitching in, take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.